come all, come in general. This is Top Knot Analysis, your favourite YouTube video essayist reviewer talking man, on the YouTubes, Reddits, Tickety Tockaroonies, and presumably other unknown sites with my handle, like a candle. So, I'm taking it a little bit more mellow today, because for some reason I am really in love with this smooth, Latin American sounding guitar situation going on in the background. This is really making me feel homely and warm, despite the heating being off and it being a little bit cold, cause it's the UK. But you know what, this makes me forget all of that, because it's just that nice. So yeah, I quite possibly might end up cutting this opening part of the video into its own little ASMR section for fun. Why on earth not? Sorry there. Oh no, is the music gone already? I hope it comes back. Oh, it is coming back. That's good to know. That is very good to know. So, I guess before I start doing some character episodes of the Tekken 7 stories, I guess I'll walk through a little bit of my knowledge and history with the Tekken game. You know, let's make this a whole thing. Tekken ASMR to chill and practice combos to, say. So let's start with Feng. He was one of my favourite characters back in the day. For me, long ago, when my brother and I were wee little good time boys, we'd play a lot of Tekken 5 and the original Tekken Tag Tournament specifically. So that was very cool. Fang was one of the main characters in Tekken 5, and I really liked his fighting style. It was like Hungar. It was Hungar. Coincidentally, one of the real-life martial arts that inspired earthbending in Avatar: The Last Airbender. So hell yeah. Lore, doesn't really go without saying, I really enjoyed Bruce Lee movies as a kid. And also, yes, Fei Long is also one of my favourite Street Fighter characters, so sue me. Bob, I remember seeing an interesting video about a while ago by, I think it was Sugar Punch Studios, or Sugar Rush Punch, whatever it is. I'll link the video somewhere, after the stream. He made an interesting video on YouTube, comparing Bob to Rufus from Street Fighter, and his boiling down only one part of his summary as to why. Essentially, his viewpoint was that Bob is meant to be a cool fat character, whereas Rufus is meant to be a disgusting fat character. And to be honest, yes. From what little I have seen of Bob just existing, he just seems like a guy. He's just a guy, and there's nothing wrong with being just a guy. He's a big, good time boy, and Rufus has a mouth on him that makes you wonder why they illegalized torture. But that's neither here or there. Anyway, point being, Bob seems cool based on what I've heard of him, and not much else. Brian, I don't know a huge amount about him, other than he kind of reminds me of Brian Hawk, who is one of my favourite villains from Hajime no Ippo. It's an anime about boxing for anyone who's unfamiliar. It is really cool. Hwarang. Yeah, I like him. I also really liked Beck Dosan, his teacher, but then he died in one of the games, so that was unfortunate. So, yeah, but good to know that good old Hwari Dari over here is carrying the family name or whatever. Devil Jin? Okay, discount Evil Ryu, it's cool. Lily? I don't know her, but she seems pretty. Asuka? Barely know her, but she seems pretty. Zhao Yu? What if Chun-Li learned Wushu and looked like Li Fen from the start? If you know, you know. Claudio. I think I've played as him maybe 2 or 3 times. I mean, he's very swaggadocious and he looks like a JoJo's character, so yeah, I like him. Katarina. I used to play as her a lot. I remember back when she had the same fighting style as Eddie, and I think in this game she actually has a different fighting style, so that's nice. Gigas? Chonky metal man warrior person, I guess? Maybe like the final evolution of Jack by the looks of it. Anyway. Master Raven, she's a hero, gonna be a ninja, she's no zero, gonna help her find more ninjas, and maybe some forced rhymes and kung fu beaches. If you know, you know. Apologies. Dragunov. I think I played as him once or twice. Hello, Jay. Good to have you with us. Hope you're doing good. A brief summary of what I've been doing so far. I was going to start playing some of the character episodes for Tekken, but now I just decided to make like an opening bit of me doing a little bit of ASMR for the next couple minutes, give or take, and then I'll just start fighting people. So yay. So yeah, Dragunov. He looks like a Metal Gear Solid character, and he's a Russian, I guess. Fair enough. Pool used to be one of my brother's favourite characters. I especially remember one of the outfits of his being like him half naked and wearing a ninja mask. And for some reason that look, while hilarious, also went incredibly hard. Panda? I like Po. Po from the Kung Fu Pandas is pretty cool. Lucky Chloe? She looks like Tammy from the YouTube channel ContraPoints. If you know, you know. She's a YouTuber who makes like political social commentary videos on like transphobias and fascisms and anti-Semitisms and the capitalisms and the socialisms and all sorts. So yeah. Eddie, or Eddie Gordo as I occasionally lovingly call him. Oh, I just have to oh sorry, one moment people. Okay, we are back. Okay, so, I just had to, kiss the homies goodnight, let's say. Anyway, Eddie, full name, Eddie Gordo. That means Eddie Fat in Spanish. Maybe Gordo means something different in Portuguese, yes. I believe he's Portuguese because he does capoeira, which I also used to do as a wee lad, so yeah. King, Tiger Mask Wrestler Man, based on a real life wrestler man, so fancy that. Jack 7, big ol' cyborg man. Leo, the trans bloke. You know, silly me for thinking Master Raven was original Raven post-transition, but, hey, at least I was vaguely close to being somewhere on the mark of transness being a thing in this game series, so sure. Yoshimitsu. Orea Anji-san. Shaheen. I'm going to take a wild guess and say Rashid was basically a rip-off of this guy, but whatever is cool. Otherwise I don't know much about him other than I kind of like the drip on his headpiece, so yay. Josie. I've never seen this woman before in my life. Kuma? I remember him. He's a bear. And Miguel. You know what? One of the custom character skins I have is Miguel in like a karate gi, because it's like, oh, Miguel in a fighting game. That reminds me of Cobra Kai, the TV series spin-off from Karate Kid, wherein one of the main characters is called Miguel, so yeah, fancy that. Fancy that. Do you know what? That's probably as good a transitional segue as any. To take that opportunity to now go into the actual game, wherein we punch some bad guys in the face. And by bad guys, I mean anyone who is not me. So yeah. 3, 2, 1. Let's jam.